Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi guys, how are you doing today? Today we are doing simple math equations, and it's a way to practice some of the knowledge we are gathering with each other. So if you're following with me with the previous videos, you will find answers for most of your questions. So please get back to my previous videos, so you'll not be missing out on most of the information that we already learned. Okay, so I'm not explaining any of those things because we already surely know what's library and what's the main scope. Okay, first and foremost, we have to declare a variables. Okay, so the first one, let's say integer x, and let's give this variable a value. So let's say 5. Okay, another variable, let's name it y with a number of 7, and we can name it whatever we want. So we shouldn't be just stick with characters like xy. We can actually make it number 1, and this one number 2. And that's another thing about naming or declaring a variables, because we cannot put spaces when we name a variable like this. So number 1, if you wanted to just leave it like that without any space. And we shouldn't be naming here anything that is included in the C++ library, like the orders, the functions that is already there. So you cannot use those names at all. Okay, so now number 1, 5, and we gave number 2 the value of 7. Now let's do. Oh, okay, I have a mistake here. So number 2. Okay. So let's say now we just wanted to print those numbers. So we learned that we have to recall cout, and now we can add, variables, strings, anything. Now I'm gonna add like a sentence. So I would say number 1. Okay, and then now I want to add the value of number 1. So I'll type the name of the variable here. And after that, I just want to end the line right here. So here I can type, this dash and n. That means the line will end here, and anything after this will be in the next line. Okay. And there's another way to do it actually. We can type dash n, or we can type end line. So end line, it means this is the end of the line. So there are two ways to do it. So you can end the line like this by recalling end line, or just put the string and dash n. Okay, so this is now the first line. I wanted to type or print number 1, and then 2 dots, and after it the value of the number. Okay, now the next, or the second line here, so because I ended the line here, so cout number 2. Now this is the number, the other number, and I want to type here number 2, because if I type number 1, it will recall the same variable here, so it will type it twice. So I have to be careful about the the name of the variable. Okay, so number 2 and end line, or maybe I will use the other way, which is dash n. It will give the same result as this one. Okay, Okay, let's see now if I execute the code. Okay, so it says the same thing here. We can see. So number one, this is number one. This is the string part. It printed as it is. And after two dots here, there's small space that I put, as you can see here. Number one, which is a value of 5. Number two, and I print the value of number two, which is 7. So it's printed right here. So if I change the values here, let's say I put here like 9 and here 6. So now it should be printing differently, right? So number one would be 9 and number two, 6. So let's try now make some math operations like addition. So, okay, now we print the number one, number two. Now, if I wanted to make to add those two numbers to each other, in this case, it will be like this. So result, let's say result of addition, or I can like, let's say result of addition. Like I can put it like this, like a symbol, or just type it, you know, as you want. So now I have to have those two variables and adding them to each other. So number one plus number two. Okay, and I can like um, make the line ended by just adding end line. Okay, let's see now. So the result, see here, result for addition is 15, right? So it's the compiler actually have done the math here. So number one, 9 plus 6 is 15. And maybe I don't like the how it looks like that, so I can type it like result of like addition. Okay, let's say I want another, the four operations, like so result of subtraction. Okay, yeah, I wanted all of them actually to be at the same side here. So now number one minus number two, and make the line ended by there. Let's see now the result here. So the result, yeah, it should be 3, right? Because 9 minus 6, so result of subtraction is 3. What if we wanted to do multiplication? So result of multiplication, okay, it would be, see, it's easy, right? So number 1 multiplied by number 2, and so the results will be in this area, right? So the compiler would do the math here and get the result back to me and put it right here. So now number 1 multiplied by number 2, it's 54, because 9 multiplied by 6 is 54, right? The last one would be, let's say, see out division, right? So result of division. Okay. And so number 1 divided by number 2 in line. Okay, let's see now the last operation. Okay, 9 divided by 6 will be 1. So now here you cannot see the remainder, right? It should be remainder here. So because we used the numbers from integer type, so we should be doing some changes here from the variable type. And that's what we'll be doing, inshallah, in the next video. I wish that you actually do some practices about those things. It's easy, but if you don't practice it, if you don't take your time with it, um, you'll be missing out on a lot of things when you go for the next video. I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.